opt for, and I've missed a lot of draft now because they're picking pretty fast.
Yeah, they picked crazy fast.
I have more gyro questions, guys. I just really want one last one. Real
I
quick.
couldn't even add to the hype yet, so
Wait. On Dota 2 Pro Tracker, it feels like most pub gyros are going the Chrysalis build, but they're also still maxing Rocket Barrage. Why are they doing that instead of Flat Cannon? Do you know?
probably just want to win their lane.
Is that
be
just
honest with
it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have like mana problems with your E now too, so I think you just winning your lane is just too important in this patch, especially if you're an IO, and then you just, damage is damage. You still want to. It's like a good compromise between the both.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Let's go
quickly.
high.
I was gonna say, alright.
Hype.
Yeah, I was gonna say enough gyro questions. The
Sorry.
Nature's Prophet I want to actually talk about.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And it
Yeah,
adding to Neon's
wow.
lineup.
I mean, cool hero. I hope it goes mid. That'd be fun.
Do you think that is one of the only places that it can play this patch?
I don't think it's good for Gyro IO because, like, I would just max flak. Like, sure, you're gonna protect yourself versus the max Q Gyro, but you can just switch it up on Gyro and go max flak and just kill all the treants really easily, and that feels pretty bad for Nature's Prophet. Classic pairing with the Tusk as well. So the lane is still strong. They can just get on top of the IO and maybe kill him, but I don't see that lane winning versus IO Gyro, personally speaking. I think that's what they're going for. Maybe it can happen. Last game, they kind of outplayed SMG in the laning stage, so that could happen again. And then after that, they followed with Necrophos.
Henry
Good versus
loves
Tiny.
Nature's Prophet. I feel like it's probably going to him.
Yeah, in the offlane.
Yeah.
I think so too. And then the Necrophos is a cool pick here. Very good versus Tusk. You can't really do much when he's Ghost Shrouded, and I think versus Tiny is why this was picked. Just like pressure him in the laning stage.
Is it not good against everything? All their damage is just like
All physical, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get an early Orchid on NP and kind of like shut down the Necrophos. He doesn't really like carrying a Quelling Blade, but I think he'll have to. I don't know if it's particularly good for Nature's Prophet, but the rest of the heroes, it's fine. Weaver's also kind of annoying for Neko because you can't get rid of that bug. So even if you do Shroud, you're just like, the minus armor's ticking on you.
Nature's, do you think it's like really good against Gyro at level 20? I know it's like really far into the future as well, but like now they changed the talents to the
mischance?
yeah, like 100% mischance.
Get a Hurricane Pike.
Yeah.
Or just buy a BKB.
But then what if they just do it again? Does it pierce? I know the leash pierces BKB at 20. I wonder if the mischance does as well.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know for a fact, to be honest with you, but like that would be ridiculous.
Someone tested right now. Twitch chat.
Give us the answers.
I need to know.
What are these teams missing for their lineups? You know, SMG, who's going to be their frontliner for them?
Necro, but they need a stun. That's what they need in their last. But for Neon, I won't even guess because it's here. It's last track again. On a different team, they're stealing the last track. Very good versus Necrophos. That will probably be their mid laner. Now they get a counter. Do they play Pugna and Kunkka comes to mind? Is that in the game? Invoker's banned. I think most people versus last track kind of eyeball like that Invoker and Kunkka if you need a stun. Pugna if you're feeling spicy.
I do love a good Pugna.
You can't have like two. You can't have Necro and Pugna. It's too much green.
That's not
Too much
enough
green?
green.
Is that
Too
what
much
you said?
green, yeah.
I thought you said greed, but
No,
green.
you can only have so many green heroes like Viper, Veno, Necro, Pugna. They don't have none of them have stuns. If you pick too much green, you're probably not gonna win the game.
You don't think Bane is enough
No, I mean
with the rocket from Gyro stun?
that's just low stun. You just have to play really well and snowball the lanes. My philosophy is always if you want to pick a lot of green heroes or just lane winning heroes, you got to win your lanes and you got to snowball the game and you got to end it quickly because the later it goes, the less stuns you have and the more you're gonna get ratted, especially versus Nature's Prophet. That's not fun. So
SMG have the ability to end the game early, but they didn't do so well in their laning phases. So with the draft going this way, are you nervous for them? If they have to do well in their laning phase?
well, it depends on this pick.
What the heck?
What's this?
I don't know.
Who's their mid? Alright, mid Wyvern? Oh, that is hype.
Oh my god, 9 has come to Southeast Asia. Let's go.
It's going to be interesting. Lyrical and GoDz are going to join us. Lyrical, I have 2 questions. One, best board game that you have in your background. And second, mid Wyvern. Thoughts? How hyped?
I am so hyped. Best board game right now is definitely Terraforming Mars. That's why it's center position right there. And oh my God, Moon Wyvern. I'm super excited for it. I mean, we've seen this from 9 already. I think it's been around for a while. I'm wondering if Moon is just really feeling himself right now, or if it's like, the combo of, okay, you've got this Tiny, you've got Nature's Prophet there. Everybody's just going to be beating the crap out of each other. I love it.
And GoDz, for you, how much do you love it?
I think it's great. It's like he's playing Lina again. Like, it's the same idea. You just outrange everyone, you right-click him. He's actually played it before, so it's not like his first time ever doing it. It was after 9 brought it out, so I have a lot of confidence in Moon's ability to play this.
A little bit more comfort than we might think. So for you, Sheep and Fear, do you think SMG are going to be taking game 2?
Dude, if the CEO wants his Wyvern, you give him his Wyvern and he'll own.
All right, and Fear, for you?
Yeah, I like SMG's draft a little more. The Wyvern is a little iffy. It's like not really good versus Lesh, and that's what they counterpicked it versus. But if it gets really farmed, they can find other uses to, have impact.
I'm excited to see how the Wyvern does go as we head into game number 2.
Thank you so much, panel. Oh, man. GoDz. I mean, the whole draft is kind of weird, right? I feel like both teams in that last game kind of broke their brains, and now they're like, all right, we're just going to do a bunch of random weird stuff. It's cool.
It's good to see some experimentation, because definitely the teams have fallen into like this trend where it's like, the Weaver, Death Prophets, the IO +1s, and the opening. And yeah, the opening picks in this draft were pretty standard. Weaver, Tiny, IO, Gyro, but the variation and the shifts we saw in the later picks, we're seeing something totally different here, because Necro is a hero that hasn't totally broken into the SEA region. It's been very popular elsewhere, and I'm curious to see how SMG go with it. I think they maybe played 1 game with it already, but for the most part, it's a rarer pick in this region.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, right? Because this is something that I feel like a lot of people have been talking about, is the way that like the meta is evolving in this new era of DPC, where it's so much happening in the pub games. And it feels like it takes a little bit before it actually starts seeping into the regular games. And, this Necro, it's been picking up in C pubs. So is the Tusk. Obviously, it's been played much more often in the mid position recently after some of the matches that we saw last week. But still a lot of like new variations that are coming out from this patch. And now we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, the Nature's Prophet to me also feels like it has a lot of potential here. And they're already setting up to battle for runes. Nope, just gonna trade them off.
Yeah, I am curious to see how, of course, the Wyvern goes. I think it's a good hero against like some of these picks, like the Wyvern and stuff. Maybe against the Tiny too. Just the Arctic burn damage, just shredding through him with percent-based damage. I think a lot of these like tanky strength cores, even the Leshrac, the Arctic burn is nice. Even though obviously Leshrac's a counter to the Wyvern Cold Embrace. But I think more than anything, like, it's comfort. Moon's it's got an 80% win rate on this hero in 20+ games, so he's played a lot of this mid Wyvern.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know. Moon is just such a monster in general that I wouldn't put it past him, but already getting kind of bodied there in the CS battles. Couple nice denies from Avatar mode. I imagine that he is probably looking for a little bit of retribution, given sort of the way that this team carries themselves on OB Neon here. It feels like it's the type of player that really wants to get one back onto Moon if possible.
Yeah, I imagine for a lot of the SMG players, last game, they got the win. That obviously feels good, but there's probably a few players who are like, yeah, mid one went like 1-5 early on. I don't think he didn't end there, but there's going to be some players who want to perform better this game, considering how badly the early game went last game. And you see SMG, they're this early mid-game team. They like to play fast pace. They like to have good early games, so we'll probably see a different SMG this time around.
Absolutely. And down here bottom, Io Necrophos. Can you name a more frustrating duo to try and gank? Like, how do you kill these guys? You pop the death pulse, you're healing yourself, and then you're healing them, and just, what the heck are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of damage, and I don't know, maybe like Nature's Prophet hits 6 and you've got a Wrath of Nature, but Leshrac's not a good roaming hero, so I think you're just kind of going to accept that this Io Necro, they're here and they're here to stay. You're not going to bully them out of lane with the heals and sustain that they bring to the table. Unless they dive you and Leshrac can like TP in, or Leshrac finds a haste rune, I don't see any potential to really win this lane. You're just looking to trade farm and go even.
And that, of course, is something that you're going to be able to do pretty effectively as asked on this Tiny.
Yeah.
This is another one of those heroes that's just been so popular nowadays because of his early lane presence and everything else. We're seeing a little bit of bullying down there bottom as Lesh was trying to keep the rune away, but Moon able to head on over there, has the bottle, good to go.
Should be fine. I don't imagine any craziness in this mid lane until level 6s come out. Like level 6 Lesh, like most Lesh mid lanes, it's like about that level 6, unless Lesh is against like a melee hero. Whoa.
Don't
First
get
blood.
away from your
Okay.
buddy. That's your buddy. Stay with your buddy Potato.
That's he's tipping his buddy. He's feeling good.
Yeah. That was a nice little play there. Able to come on over and take him out. I guess that there was maybe a battle going on for trying to maybe they're going over a stack or something. I'm not sure exactly what was happening, but they managed to find the kill.
All right. Well, nice little start for your safe lane. That's going to give Asta some early treads. Toss back bottom two now.
Raging Potato pops the Ghost Shroud, tries to get away, and Death Pulse. They don't have the IO nearby, actually, so he's going to take a lot of damage from Raging Potato.
Yeah. Looks like, yeah, I was just going to walk back to lane. Top lane, ooh, Jing doesn't get the shard block. Unfortunate. But, yeah, and even just having this Ghost Shroud point early on, usually, at least the Necro mid, you're usually skipping it and going like 2-0-2 early. Perhaps he was holding a skill point, then leveled it up when he got tossed into the tower, but Ghost Shroud's not like the best early game spell for the lanes, I feel.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily feel great, but obviously if you can get it and it keeps you alive, then that's going to be some value. And so Raging Potato, happy to do that. The rotation over for the Rune, and being able to sneak that one away. Very nice. Shutting down Moon, and going to get a little bit of right-click damage along the way as well. And on the other side, Ninja Boogie, the bounty rune is no longer there, so no chance for Moon to head over that direction to fill up either.
Yep. I think Wyvern definitely is a mid laner, has a lot of mana problems, and you're very reliant on those bottle refills.
Up top, mid one, getting punched, getting found, getting killed. Can they find a little bit of a return one? Ryu tries to back away, but Ninja Boogie, he's going to be forced back by the trance. So far, so good for Neon.
Yep. Omri, I mean, these Neon side lanes, like maybe they've just been doing tons. Like players and teams always talk about the laning practice they do. Like you have your 3 and your 4 lane against your carry and 5, and it just feels like their laning has been super dominant and on point. Like Asta and Abeng are always on the same page. You have Asta chain tipping his buddy there. Like he tipped Abeng twice. Like it almost just feels like, you know, they're all synced up here.
Yeah, they are doing everything that they need. And if you get off to a hot start with a team like this, particularly Nature's Prophet, you're going to start to see some of these objectives fall pretty quickly around the map.
Yeah.
But
that early level
bottom,
6 can be brutal.
like you said, a nice way to like make that kill happen if anybody happens to die by any of the lanes. So far, Moon in the mid lane has been able to go for 15 and 8, so not the best so far against the Lesh. He's already got 13 denies on him and is level 6, while Moon's still 5.5. He's gonna farm up this small camp though, trying to get towards some of those survivability items early on, but Abeng moves on over, finds
level
them.
6.
King in area 2. They got vision, and Ryu right clicks, comes on down, and now Ninja Boogie also in a world of hurt. The tower is there to try and get some savior, but it's not going to be enough.
They're gonna take this tower for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
Siege Wagon, Edict, Treants, like everything you can hope for. And this is so many Lesh mid lanes. If you are winning your lane and get level 6 before the enemy in the mid lane, you just run over them. Even if Wyvern had 6, I think you run over him there. So really well-timed rotation there. And usually this comes at a cost. Like you rotate all these heroes in and your side lane suffer, but Nature's Prophet happy to kind of TP around. Tiny's still farming under his tower. Like it doesn't really feel like Asta's top net worth right now. Like his lane has not been screwed over at all by his support ditching him.
No, they're really happy with this game right now for Neon. And a little bit of counter pressure coming in down bottom, as you might expect, but mid one also taking a lot of right clicks here. And Ryu not quite going to get in range. And yeah, Afu's going to make the move on up, and that's going to help out mid one as well.
Omriu's Nature's Prophet has that level 6 now. A bit low on mana, unfortunately, so with the constant treants coming out, he may need to do a little base trip soon, but his TP's still on cooldown.
It definitely feels like this game is going to be a lot around mid one getting large, because, you know, as we're seeing Raging Potato keep this pressure on down bottom. Actually, they might even be able to get him. Yeah. Onryu makes another move. Easy peasy. They're in range. The Ghost Shroud, no chance for him to get out of here. Only way is in the grave, and Asta finds another kill.
Nice. They even intentionally leave for acid. Like we know we left you alone. You're not free farming. we'll give you the kills. And I say that he's top net worth partly because of the first blood, but he's gotten 2 kills. His actual CS is, I think yeah, he's like 4th or 5th. He's middling, but yeah, his net worth is right up there, and he's having a great game.
You know what's going to be sad for these newer players later? When this winner's curse comes in and he just kills them. Asta's just going to kill his own team. You know you're going to see it at that point.
Yeah, they're going to regret giving him all this farm.
Exactly. Let's see if he can make them carry the game the rest of the way through, though. That'll be the way that he makes up for it later. Yeah. But 5-0 start. Again, Neon leading the way. And having taken down that mid tower, it does open up a lot more moves for them, but they haven't been able to claim top yet. Seems like that would be a likely next step for them if they want to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, I think that rotation bottom on Raging Potato is nice because it helps your Tiny out, but it's not very conventional, which isn't to say it's bad. Typically, you'd see the team there rotate top to take that, Leshrac plus Nature's Prophet, that's a free top tier 1. Whenever they want to go for it, it feels like they should be able to get it. But for now, they're just prioritizing getting their farm.
Although mid 1, all the heal, it's not enough. So this is going to be that move that you were just talking about. Lesh, Nature's Prophet, they head up top. Afu gonna have to hide back behind the tower. We'll see if they try and defend this. I mean, again, Raging Potato could TP, but it feels like so hard to fight into this lineup right now.
I think Necro TPing is just like, kind of feeding because it's a Leshrac. Maybe the Winter's Curse is how you defend towers, but there's no damage there's no ally physical damage in the Winter's Curse. It doesn't really feel that great this early on, so yeah, they're just letting towers go.
Okay. Map starting to feel a little bit more constricted, but in the meantime, are there any stacks that are going on or anything like that? It looks like Moon is just trying to clear through some, but they found him again, mid 1. Back behind, and a couple more hits. Avatar mode, they're not going to go for it. Ninja Boogie, oh no. Oh, you got to run away, sir. He's going to get out of there.
Annoying, but yeah.
I was looking at Ninja Boogie's records recently because I remember when you were talking about him in the cast before that you were saying that it's taken him a little while to get back into it. When he's been in losing games, averaging 14 deaths. When he's been in winning games, he's still averaging about 7 deaths in spite of that. So it's crazy to me how much this player just plays as a complete sacrifice for his team.
And it's one of those things where he's having some really good games. Fear, I think, nominated him for MVP one of the weeks because he was using his spells really well on Bane, as well as he had a really good Oracle game. I mean, he's primarily played Bane. That's been his go-to hero. I think it was you who were pointing that out.
Yeah.
He's very good at using his spells, but every now and then it just feels like he's put out in a random place. He's had some games with 20+ stats, which that's probably a little too much.
Right. Exactly.
It's like you can only die so many times protecting your carry from a smoke gank. They're not smoking 20 times. but I think it's one of those things where he's got a proven track record. I think what he brings to the table is a veteran captain. Even though I think, at least with the draft and stuff, he's less involved because he's not actually currently with the team in boot camp. But give him some time to kind of fine-tune his individual skill, and he'll be a great asset.
When you saw him there, at the start of the game, he's singing, dancing, playing some music, getting the team hyped up and things like that. There's an element, I think, for these players where you need to keep that positive energy, and it's definitely that for this team. It feels like, as well, he's gonna come on in and maybe catch another smoke gank. Oh, Avatar mode, no, Jing, he just heads off to the other side. Raging Potato thinks he's safe right now, and the wraparound is gonna come perfectly in time for it, but reload in afterwards. Are they gonna be able to take this fight? Maybe. Reaper Sight, not quite enough, but the extra damage coming in. Jing turned upon now. Mid 1 is there, trying to bring him down. Can they kill off Afu? I would stop the relocate out, but it doesn't look like it. So they take 2 for 2.
I think you're happy with that if you're SMG. You killed the big pesky Leshrac. You lose Raging Potato. That's kind of always going to be his job, to frontline, throw his life at the enemy for the greater good, and I think Gyrocopter coming in to clean up and get some much needed recovery farm and space is going to be crucial. And we'll see where they go from here. Gyro has gone for that Crystallis farming build. This just seems like the efficient Gyro item just to farm stacks with and play kind of greedier. We're seeing less and less of the defusal, especially when you're on the back foot. I don't think the defusal feels good. It feels like you just need to farm your way back in.
Right, and it's really important that they're taking these stacks right now because we just know that Tiny would be waiting there to come on in and clean them all up.
Yeah.
This hero is a monster when it comes to farming through those stacks. Doesn't have any of his own right now.
Tiny Mask of Madness. I've not seen much Mask of Madness Tiny.
Oh, kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, it seems fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it at all. Like, I'm curious to see if there's going to be any like disassembling later on to make other items, but
Yeah, the disassemble on it definitely is nice if he wants to go for you know, just the butterfly satanic or whatever.
yeah, or even just Echo Saber Satanic would be
Right.
nice as well.
And so far, haven't really seen all that much yet from Moon as is that a smoke up? It looks like it's just a Ninja Boogie solo smoke.
Yeah, he's in a couple of these. It looks like, yeah, Io and Wyvern.
no,
Wyvern is smoked. He doesn't look smoked, but yeah,
No.
he is. I was like, that's just a glowing Wyvern, rainbow Wyvern.
Asta
No,
caught,
relocate.
slowed down. Oh, the grip immediately broken. Can they still kill him off afterwards? No, good toss away. Body blocks from Afu. Trying to get in range. Will it quite be enough? Not gonna happen. Oh man. And now they're gonna get the relocate out afterwards. And Ninja Boogie, the one left behind.
The Avalanche is
pretty
been
good.
a really big kill. Yeah, they've got this cheeky little ward that's not on the cliff here, so I think Radiant may miss the D ward, or they haven't even got a sentry there yet, but despite having that, they just weren't able to connect and bring down Asta. That grip being cancelled by the Avalanches. It's always so brutal when you throw out a channeling spell right as the Avalanches.
And now the counterplay coming as a couple smoked heading down bottom, looking for Raging Potato. They know that relocate isn't there. And with the TP rotation coming in, Raging Potato gonna be found and does not have a way out of this one. That is the Orchid reveal as well, I think.
Love the pickup this game. Very, very good against a lot of these heroes, and we'll just allow them to keep making these plays, be very active on the map. And that's what they got to do. This Gyrocopter is free farming away. Despite the slow start in the rough lane for mid one, he's on top of the net worth and continuing to accelerate. Even with the Mask of Madness, Heine is not quite keeping up at this time.
Yeah, and as far as the timings that we're going to see for each of these heroes, I mean, BKB, like you said, coming from mid one, and it's going to be around the same time, maybe a little bit afterwards, the Necrophos Sange, and maybe into the Heaven's Halberd afterwards. But it's going to be Wyvern going for Boots of Travel. So Moon definitely looking to sort of just keep these lanes shoved out and maybe meet up with this team afterwards. We'll have to see how they decide to play it. Yeah. But definitely in this one, Afu, much more of the facilitator for mid one than trying to go out and actually make moves on the map.
Yeah. For those of you who maybe haven't seen the mid Wyvern in a while, oh, he's being ganked. We're not going to see him for much longer, perhaps. There's a relocate in.
Not going to be in time.
There.
And Jing, he gets out. Oh, that was good. That was really good by Neon.
Yeah. Quick and easy, and there's a fight going mid. Grip out on Leshrac, but there's no damage for the Lesh.
Okay. On the
Ninja
other
Boogie.
side, the relocate pulls it back, but yeah, they get the kill on the Ninja Boogie.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wyvern, one of those heroes. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say for people who haven't seen much mid Wyvern, it was a big thing like 6 or 7 months ago. It's very similar to what the Leshrac does, where it's just this ranged right-click DPS hero. It has some nice damage talents. The percent-based damage from Arctic Burn makes you this kind of like sniper Lina type hero with a really nice ultimate as well for these fights. So positioning is always going to be key, and you are always going to be susceptible to those ganks, as we just saw top.
Right. And it has like these other nice little components too, right? A lot of physical damage in this game coming from Neon. You've got Cold Embrace there to work with to help out your allies or whoever. In there, not quite able to catch up with Asta, and you can see backs away afterwards. Only that Witchblade, and like you said, working on the Boots of Travel afterwards. Ninja Boogie runs into Abang. Dust.
Okay.
They will maybe be able to catch him here. Bugs out. And the time lapse.
Nice. Yeah, I like the Vessel Weaver build. I feel like the last couple Weavers we saw, like last game going for the Orchid, I saw a Division 2 game with the Ags. Oh, Wyvern again getting jumped here.
Flawless punch. A nightmare saved already used. Silence in some trouble. Can they get in range in time? Oh, Moon, he dies. The last hit. Oh, the soul burn. Oh, man, this has been rough for Moon.
Yeah. He's just not having a game here. Perhaps there's a reason we don't see much more with Wyvern. At least so far it's looking that way, because this hero got some nerfs after it rose to prominence as a mid laner and hasn't been really seen since. So SMG trying to bring it back and not working here. They're going for Roche, and SMG have smoked up. They really want to contest this one, Lyrical.
It's going to come too late, though.
Do they still fight? They've got the BKB gyro.
Raging Potato, he's sitting out there. They are right in range. And actually, the grip comes out, but looking for the stun afterwards. Snowball save, backs away. Avatar mode taking a lot of damage. Reaper's Sight afterwards finds the kill onto Jing, and that's Aegis down. Asta wants to get in on the back lines. Ava toss, big damage output, but Apu's there with the mech. Keeping him alive, fine and dandy. The winner's curse afterwards. Taunted, where's the damage? Right clicks coming through. Buyback now coming from the tusk. They want to get back into this fight, but Raging Potato lives through all of it. And they blow him up.
Yeah, Midwin's just owning on the front lines. He didn't even need a BKB.
Oh my god.
I'm just clicking him like, okay, he's going to BKB soon. I'm like, well, he doesn't need to. And then, yeah, he just never BKBs and just goes ignored.
Yeah, I did not realize how quickly that Tiny and Leshrac died. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those Winner's Curse.
4K damage from Gyro. It's pretty much all Gyro that fight. Definitely feel like you need to at least force him to BKB. Like, you're going to kind of ignore him. You should ignore him in BKB. Like, force the BKB, ignore him, then BKB wears off. Then you know, refocus him. But this felt like they gave him way too much leeway to just dish out tons of damage there. Rocket Barrage as well as just flacking everybody.
Right. Well, and in a way, like, if you're in these fights and you're going on that Necro, like, if Raging Potato can soak up all of that damage, all those spells, you can't really take the fight afterwards when Gyro's coming in fresh. He's just going to tear you to shreds.
Yeah.
Could be
and they seem to have an idea that, you know, okay, this Necro's showing right after we Roche, like, he's going to be a bait. They didn't commit too much on him, but they still commit 1 or 2 spells, and just, you know, that's just a little bit less they have to deal with the IO Gyro.
We do see mid one deny the top tier 2 tower. The Nature's Prophet rat plays have been coming out. We've got the Sprout summoning the Greater Treants on the Shard, and Raging Potato down bottom again. They spot him. To back out, they decide to relocate for this. Oh, he wants to get in, but there's nothing to break it, and immediately dead. Now Moon over to the side. They pop it again. Winner's Curse, but mid one needs to pop the BKB. Is going to get it now. Snowball through, keeping him alive. But look at the grip on the side. Ninja Buggy. He's got him. Asta completely isolated. Can they kill him off in time? Do they have quite enough damage? Doesn't look like it. Nightmare onto one. Ryu backs away. Mid one now in trouble. Reaper's Scythe off to the side. Kills off Avatar mode. And now Raging Potato still alive for round 2 as Jing eventually going to get whittled down and killed by the combo of Ninja Boogie, but the avalanche toss is enough to bring down Raging Potato. So 4 dead for 2 in the end.
Ooh, 5. It was a dieback. The Necro died back, so they're going to get team wiped. It's a 6 for 2 in the end, really. With a buyback being used, they really wanted to force that fight. I think knowing that, you know, this BKB Gyrocopter is a big timing for them. They committed a lot on Asta's Tiny, but just couldn't quite bring him down. Without that Necro being there initially for the Tiny, if they had the Reaper on top of the grip, they definitely kill Asta, but that was kind of the difference maker. The Tiny living, and then he's able to re-engage the fight. And Neon just having a little bit too much survivability there and not enough damage without the Necro.
Yeah, I feel like that was like almost as good as it could have gone, with the exception of obviously dying on the Necro. But you know, that's sometimes how it goes. And with the next couple of items that we see coming out here, you see that swing in net worth and experience.
Yeah.
And the next one just feels like it's going to end up being even worse. Maybe are there any other big items that are coming out for SMG that work well with them?
Satanic's nice. There's a Spirit Vessel to deal with it. The Wyvern, I mean, the Ags is the big timing. Often you got like perma flying and stuff. Well, I guess mana dependent, but yeah, I think the Ags on Wyvern as well as this Gyro Satanic, maybe even plus his next item, will be pretty big power spikes for them.
Right. We also do have for Neon still the big timings of all the BKBs that are coming out, and just completed the one on the Nature's Prophet. Tiny pretty close, and then afterwards that Avatar mode. And when all those are out, it's going to be very difficult for SMG to fight into him.
Absolutely. Like, even like Wyvern, his damage is partially magic damage with the Arctic Burn, so it's something for them, I think, to be concerned about. They've caught Weaver. Nice script from Ninja Boogie will isolate Arbeng's pesky Weaver. That's the first time he's died this game. That's actually pretty incredible considering how aggressive he's been. Gonna relocate top. Ryu's been found. He's got a BKB TP, which he may just have to use here. Yeah, no grip.
Ninja Boogie.
Oh, it's close-ish.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that DD wore off sort of midway through that one. One or two more crits and he was done.
Wow. Now they see Asta's Tiny down bottom. He has not got a BKB yet. He's very close.
They know. They saw him. He was invis, but Sentry Ward is there and was able to get him with the Death Seeker. Still hunting, still looking.
Slowing him with a Ghost Shroud.
Off to the
made this guy
side,
here.
and the Spirits, they got him. Wow, another huge kill and second death for the Tiny.
All right. That's a nice one. Necro getting the kill as well, so he gets that health and mana regen.
Dude, look up top. This is so annoying. These towers. It's such an absolute classic from the Nature's Prophet up top, and just
and they
whittling
even got the
away
heroes
that
to deal
tower.
with it. Yeah, they've got Io Gyro, they've got Boots of Travel Wyvern. Like, theoretically, they've got heroes to deal with it, but Prophet's just so good at this.
Down bottom, some counter pressure coming in, and trying to claim a tier 2 of their own. They don't have to worry about this outpost shenanigans anymore. They can get their own also. Do we see anybody from Neon come on down here and try and fight? Without the Tiny, it feels really rough.
Yeah, looks like SMG will get this, because they're doing this with, like, Bane is up top, and I think Neon knew that, but unable to defend bottom, and that means outpost control going to be at least given up for now. I imagine both teams are going to start to pivot their attention towards that Roche area of the map. It's up in the next 1 to 4 minutes, so Roche number 2 going to be a crucial timing for both teams. But most importantly for Neon Esports is they've got the BKB out on Tiny. He was 50 gold short of it when he died. And now they've got their triple BKBs? Triple BKB soon. Lestrek just 800 gold away. So that's going to be a big power spike for them.
Right, and the blink done on Tusk as well for Jing. He's got that ability to come on in and save at the last second.
Yeah,
which is going to need to be, really. I mean, I guess again, this comes back to the idea of vision becoming one of the most important parts of this. If they can find that Tusk, or maybe if somebody from Neon can get on top of the Bane at the start of the fight, things start to look a lot better for them.
I hope we get to see some more Ags Tusk. You've got Tiny and Tusk on the same team. That's a lot of enemy repositioning if you get an Ag Scepter. Kick him in, toss him further back.
Yeah, I think that that item is like criminally underrated how strong it can be. Oh, but Jing doesn't have it yet. No ability to kick them away, but we'll go for the snowball in the mid one only to slow down his inevitable death. Pick that one up, and he is almost at the Agnum Scepter, so they've been able to slow down this timing. And down bottom, go and Rage the Potato says, okay, you want to fight? We'll go. In the Winter's Curse, they find him. Ryu, he BKB, tried to TP out of there, and is just going to get caught and killed.
Well, Raging Potato may just try Reaper the kill. Get that bonus regen. But holds on to it, knowing there may be another fight coming. Knowing they also probably want to go for a Roshan here. So, obviously putting a 2-minute cooldown on is not the best idea. But for now, SMG not making any signs that they want to go straight into the Roshan pit. Moon's a bit low on mana, so may have to kind of head back to base and heal on up. The Boots of Travel will obviously help him out there with his uptime. And SMG just have to, even with the Prophet dead, address some of the lanes and push them out.
Yeah, they've been able to really pull this back together over the last couple of minutes. And that's really odd in a way, right? Because this is that timing that we talked about. The BKBs coming out from Neon. This is when they're supposed to be strong. Yeah. But I don't know. Game could be a little bit tough here. Asta again found. Maybe going to look for that back line. They've got a lot of heal, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, no. Oh, that is not the way they wanted this to go. And suddenly, everybody getting chased down one by one. Raging Potato gets hit by the stun. Moon says, I'm just getting the hell out of here because everybody else died. And wow, what a combo coming out there onto the gyro. He's got a chance.
He just melted. Curse on the Weaver, going to be close. Oh no, Tuss, you came too close. Was he trying to snowball through or something? I don't know.
I am not sure. We're getting some weird artifacting too going on, at least on my end. I'm not sure if the server's dying or what, but it looks a little funky to me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Nonetheless, a absolute crazy couple of minutes here, as it looks like they've really been able to open this one up, and now Roche is available if they want to try and fight for it. Oh, it doesn't look like it's quite spawned yet.
Mid one learning the hard way in that fight. He is not unkillable. He's like, I got an Aya behind me. I got a BKB Satanic. Like, you know, Aya will bail me out. I'll get Satanic off, but he just gets bursted. It's so fast. There was nothing the Aya could even really do. Like, maybe like the Tether insta-mech, it would have given him some bonus health, but I think he dies even with that Tether mech. And you mentioned Roshan. That's exactly where they're going to go, and there's just no response from SMG. They can't. Their spells are off cooldown. They've got no Necro. Mid one only just respawned, so uncontested Roche.
Yeah, I think this is one of those next couple of minutes that start to really define how the game goes. Can SMG hold off the pressure that's coming their direction? Are Neon going to be able to take full advantage and start running down these lanes one by one by one? I mean, already the tier 2 tower has been taken up top, but you could really close out like that triangle away from SMG by Neon if they can just find the right angles. And 4,000 gold lead might start ballooning soon. And what do you think they want to, or SMG need to do to kind of deal with it?
I think it's okay for them to. I mean, they're at their strongest when they're either picking apart heroes that are split pushing. That's how they clawed their way back in when they last got down like 5k gold. They just kept finding these pickoffs using relocate, using the grip, or wait for Neon to come to you, because they've got the ways to deal with BKBs. They've got Winter's Curse, Fiend's Grip. They've got these BKB piercing disables. It's just a matter of, you know, not getting your gyro, not getting jumped on and bursted. So when you're, you know, defending your side of the map, it's a lot easier to kind of make those plays.
And they do have really good vision around here. So often that can be the big difference. I mean, imagine how different this game is if they just put down like a sentry ward before gyro walks forward like that, you know?
Yeah. One, yeah, exactly. One sentry. Oh, they walk nothing. Yeah, I don't think you want your bait on the front lines, but
they go immediately. Reaper sights out. And Jing, he's a little bit separated from the rest of his team. Up on the top side, mid one needs to be careful. They're hunted. Oh, good blink away. Tusk gets out.
The guy still get out as well. Nice quick find, and they get out. Dude, Ninja Boogie Bane. This guy's just such a Chad. He's just running forward. He's a Bane with a gem, and he's just frontlining. Gets a kill for his team. Not afraid of anything. Looks like he passes. Oh no, they've got double gem. I was about to say Raging Potato also has one, so I guess maybe they're not afraid to lose Ninja Boogies.
That's crazy.
And that was, I guess, what, the stolen gem just now from the Weaver. So that's a pretty big pickup. It's, you know, gold swing. It's like a 2k gold swing.
Yeah, it helps. It's what you need. And down bottom, they're trying to stall this push if at all possible. You could see that Moon ran down here. And actually he's going to get his courier killed by the Tusk illusion. That one is a little bit frustrating. Ooh, that's he's hunting again.
What's he going to find?
Silver Edge. Ooh, looking for Afu. Wants to get the kill. Ninja Boogie there for the Nightmare save. Rooted afterwards. Tries to get out. Doesn't have grip for 35 seconds, but still Tiny going to die. Bobbing, chasing, buyback now on Io. Are they in a little bit too deep? Mid one wanted to chase. Moon finds a kill on the Tusk on the other side. The rest of Neon together. And they get in range to chase this. It doesn't look like it. Instead, well, no, they actually catch him. But Avatar's such a boogie dead, but Asta going to be the one that eventually goes down. If they come in to fight, there's no more Winter's Curse available. Gyro BKB turns to fight, wants to get the slowdown there. Rage the Potato right on top of him. And Fuel Scepter lift up. Tusk buys back now, wants to get in and help the team. Turn now, BKB out, mid one, taking a ton of damage. He doesn't have a BKB left. Moon getting saved for the second relocate out. It gets him away. So mid one still lives through all of this. They Satanic doing maximum amount of work. Raging Potato able to live. Onryo might be able to go back on him for round 2 of this, but it looks like they're just going to have to run away.
Yeah. Neither team taking any major casualties, just supports dying, really. The Tiny losing an Aegis. I guess the one big thing is the IO buyback. Taking that out of the picture for the next 7 minutes means if SMG can start the fight killing Afu, you don't have to worry about that buyback and, relocate back in or just buying back and impacting a fight. So that's a nice find, but a very chaotic fight that doesn't really go either team's way.
Radiant's middle tower
Again,
is under attack.
slows down with the Aegis being reclaimed. The timing of this game, I mean, do you feel like that section of it, the idea that like we're probably gonna have to wait for another Aegis before we see any sort of like big move by either of these squads, does that tell you anything about like where this game might be going? Does mid one have enough to carry this game, sort of as like that main carry for SMG?
Definitely can. Like, late game gyro is scary. I think a lot of this game's going to come down to just like the pick-off game and the split push, because Neon Esports have a lot of ability to keep these lanes shoved. You're going to see a lot of Nature's Prophet shenanigans, and how SMG approach it with, the boots of travel mobility plus the pick-off potential of, Bane can just set up a kill by himself with a relocate in, but they've got to connect on those. And it looks like SMG feel confident enough. They can just brute force high ground. They say, okay, no major split push to worry about now. Moon's going to defend top and boots of travel in. Let's force a play.
Yeah, and the missile hits onto Avatar mode. Mid one still comfortable sitting up on high ground, used flak, trying to go some chip damage there onto the Lesh, but with the tower dead, it's again SMG making this move down bottom, and with the Ags, he's clearing through the racks rather rapidly.
Yep.
So this is being dangerous though. Ava toss, still fine. Walks back up, says, come at me another round, why don't we?
No creeps. Nature's Prophet treants cut them off.
Oh, that is, yeah, there's no way for them to get this then.
Yep. They're going to have to back off for now, but you can see that this high ground push is pretty hard to deal with. Smoke out OB Neon. They want to make it go. They want to catch SMG by surprise and get the jump. So much of this game has come down to who gets that initial jump.
Oh, this ward, though. This ward is so impactful. If they can catch him here, they see one place down. Now that they should know that they're over there.
Yep, they need to pop that smoke.
Avatar mode, they take it out.
Okay.
And now they're going to back away. This positioning, jockeying for the angle is, it's always so tense.
The good, I mean, I guess for Ovinium, because they put down a sentry as well, they knew that they got scouted playing the ward. So like, okay, they know we're smoked here. Let's not go dive up this high ground. So problem is, once again, SMG going to they may just be giving up this racks unless they can make a play. I think Tiny needs to be looking for these toss backs. He just ran in and, Avatos mid one in place. You need to try and break this tether and force Afu into your base.
Grip immediately onto the Tiny. Got the BKB off afterwards. Ninja Boogie gonna die. They catch him onto the side. Oh, but the Lotus that keeps him alive. And he Winter's Curse is inside the snowball. Moon gets away afterwards. You can cast spells in a snowball. Broken mechanic. And then the walk away. Avatos off to the side. Tiny dead. What a flippin' Lotus Orb. That was so sick. And Moon's gonna get the cold embrace afterwards. Where's your follow-up damage? There's nothing there.
Tusk will run away. They've got the homing missile on him. They want to chase him, it seems. I think you just go for the base, but Moon's got boots of travel, so he'll try and chase down this kill.
And the snowball away afterwards, but Jing gonna get chased, wants to TP out. Do they have a way to kill him? They do. All heroes dead, no buybacks, and the call is to go straight for tier 4 towers. Yeah. I mean, why not?
No buybacks. I think it's just over here. Weavik finds a DD room, but what are you gonna do? There's creeps in base. You can't cut waves. It's just over.
GG. They're done. Dude, the Lotus Orb picked up as they were going high ground into Snowball Winter's Curse. What a play.
That was brilliant. There was also a really cool little play. Maybe we'll see on some of the post-game replays. Io was just hiding behind those trees. Outside the base, there's like a double tree there. And he was just hiding the entire fight. Like, Io can't go unignored in these fights, particularly when Io doesn't have buyback, but the positioning from Afu was just impeccable to just, find this little hiding spot where OB Neon couldn't find him. And very similar to game one, chaos. Like, Neon Esports play the early game. They play the lane so well, and then SMG just pull together some kind of crazy-ass stuff in the mid-game and win these team fights that you just don't think are going to go their way. It's great. This was a fun series, even though it was a 2-0.
It was super fun. And both times, SMG winning with less kills on the board. You know,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing about Dota. God,
Even
I
the
love
gold lead, 3K gold lead only in the end. Like, that's pretty tiny.
Oh God, what a series. Yeah, and I think you could see like on the faces of the players too. They're you know, having a good time. Didn't get to see the neon faces. There's probably a little bit more frustration, and you know, it felt like there were so many moments where they could have just pulled it together and it didn't all come together. But they put on a solid performance as well. God, anything else that really stood out to you about the series? Like, I'm still struggling to figure out how they managed to win both those games.
Me and you both, Lyrical, I'm gonna be honest. It's like scary for SMG's future opponents. They're just like, what does this team do? I think the worry for SMG is you can't afford to like go down and lose your lanes. Like when you're versing your teams like Boom, T1, Fnatic, those teams won't give you as much room to come back through your chaotic team fights. I think for Neon, you have a lot to kind of feel good about, and you know what you need to work on that mid to late game, which is, you know, for newer, younger players, that's always going to be something you can't learn except through playing games and through experience, which is unfortunate that they get the loss here. But I think, you know, they really showed that they can play some good Dota as well.
Absolutely. Well, an impressive series for SMG. Through that bottom lane, they went 2 times and just ended the game. And we'll see if they can keep that up. Continuing Southeast Asia DPC. We're now going to go a quick break, and then the panel will break down all the action and get us hyped up for our next series as well. See you on the field.
Another SMG win, which adds another series to that tally. And Fear, I think you would describe game number 2 win for SMG the same way as game number 1.
I mean, this team, I swear, like, they look like they're gonna lose
Every
all
time.
these games.
Mhm.
And either sometimes they do lose, but when they win, they also look like they're gonna lose.
SMG is one of those teams that they're always going to lose until somehow something happens and they win. For this game, what did happen for them to get the win, considering OB Neon looked so good?
I think in general that SMG just has a better understanding than Neon of how to play the mid late game. They got outmaneuvered a lot, especially like there's one point in this game I'm like they're up 5k gold, but SMG's just sitting here hitting your barracks, right? And they're not defending at all. So SMG has a very good understanding of their timings and knowing when to exploit that, and I think Neon just is really lacking that right now of like knowing what their timing is to like go in the mid late game. In the early game they got it down, but like when it comes to the late game, they need this some soul searching with that.
I mean, obviously SMG win, and that's good for them, but how they're winning, is that looking good for them as a team?
God, I mean, it's not gonna hold up against, you know, teams like Boom and stuff. It's just so bad. Like this Wyvern pick especially was not good. Like I wanted to meme it into a good pick at the end, but like Fear, you disagreed with it. We saw why you agree with it. He lost mid like incredibly badly. I think something that Neon did do really well was they brought mid like heroes like Tusk mid to gank him.
With the NPTP as well.
Yeah, they were pretty good at collapsing on heroes and ganking a lot. That's how they secured a lot of the early net worth and lead. But and yeah, like I don't know, it just looked like a really sad time to be a Wyvern. I think we saw him getting like ganked top. I mean, they were so good at just kind of like finding and reaching and killing him. This Nature's was like really good.
Was there any hero on SMG that you really liked?
On SMG?
Yeah, because you didn't like the Wyvern.
IO Gyro.
Yeah, I would.
Just the IO Gyro, that was it. That's all you liked. The stock standard. On the side of Neon then, which heroes did you guys like?
I like the NP and the Lesh. I think they made a lot of space this game for the rest of the lineup. When Tiny, it was okay, but I think the NP, just like first game where he's playing Death Prophet, managed to get tons of space on that off lane, and kind of led into snowballing the game. And Necrophos and Wyvern fed a lot because of the great moves Neon was making.
What do you want to see Neon change in the mid to late game to be
For
able
their
to
next
secure?
series?
Yeah, for their next series, right? Just
Yeah.
for future. What is something that you really want them to focus on that can guarantee a win?
They should just watch replays and hopefully they have a coach and they just realize like when they're in a winning position, how to keep that position and close out a game. Pretty much that's it. They just need to be able to close out a game. They struggled to do that 2 games in a row now while in an advantageous position.
And Sheep? Or something that Neon can take away from this that looked really good.
I mean, the early game for sure, I think, was great, and they looked really high skill while doing all that. I agree with Fear though, like just watch replays. Really, that's what you can do. Just watch other teams, other regions, whatever. Just see teams that are in a good position, how they hold it. A lot of like map control and not feeding heroes randomly. Like we saw game 1, how they had the Aegis and were in the position to win the game, and then it all just kind of, someone got caught out, and then it kind of chain fed, and then they lost the Aegis, and then it was all just. But that type of stuff is really like sloppy stuff that you can fix. It's just need to come together as a team and do it.
Hopefully that's possible for them. But SMG taking this series means that we get a winner interview, and joining us is going to be Afu. Afu, congratulations on the 2-0. How are you feeling after that performance?
Yeah, quite good.
That's good.
Our comfort. Yeah.
I want to know, why did you guys ignore IO in game 1?
I don't know. They don't want to pick Weaver and IO together. Just like that.
Okay.
You are the Earthshaker god. What did you think of Jing's Earthshaker?
Pretty good, but he lost the game. Okay.
So I guess my question for you will be, what is your favorite hero to play this patch?
This patch, I think GoDz is the most fun hero now. He can farm a lot. I just take over the position 3 money. Yeah.
What about your favorite hero of all time?
All time, still Osprey, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
quite good.
Why don't you pick him more?
I don't really like this hero in this patch. Yeah, just like that. He cannot.
After this series, what sort of strengths are you looking to improve on in SMG?
Landing phase, maybe. Yeah, we are quite weak. Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if you guys are weak in the landing phase. You guys ended up winning, so congratulations again, and enjoy the celebration.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Didn't even wave. He's like, "Get me out of here."
He's
but
back.
He's back. No, he's gone now. I thought we were gonna get the wave. He's like, "Oh, maybe." For you guys though, if you had to say that someone was an extreme standout on the side of SMG for the whole series, anyone? Favorite play, favorite moment?
Oh, it would have been so easy if Moon had a good game.
I know, right? I was gonna say Moon as well. to
Damn.
that Wyvern game.
Maybe it was Afu. It had to be the supports, I think.
I think
Okay.
Ninja Boogie had a little bit of a rough game too as well.
So we'll go off. I'm going off to them
I'll
probably.
agree
Yeah.
with you. Afu was pretty great.
Alrighty, well, I like getting your opinions on this game, but there is going to be more Dota coming up. We have the last series of the day coming away after this break.